Hey Josh, go.
Oh yeah, next time we play, because we will not be playing next week because I'm traveling to go get Sam.
Yep.
But the next time we play, Sam will be here with me. She'll be able to be more, vocal and whatnot. So that's going to be very nice.
Sweet.
Very nice, change of pace
Mm-hmm.
because it is incredibly loud on her end from all kinds of things. All right, somebody do the recap. That's not me or Dan.
Where did it start off? That's the problem right now.
That's why I'm not doing it. I don't remember.
It's been 2 weeks, so weren't we? I think didn't it start off where we were still trying to get to the um necromancy temple, and then
No, yeah. It started off, then y'all finished it.
no,
Uh,
no, we didn't actually go into it right away. I think what we did is we found out that a couple of the areas we used our new found weird cheat way of exploring.
oh
The,
yeah, found out about a pestilence thing, about the shard of far realm. Um,
We took care of that,
took care of
and
yep.
that. Went into the temple. Dan figured out the puzzle. Um, you also learned of a mysterious wanderer that had two swords on his back and um, dressed in traveler's garb, hood kind of thing. Uh, yeah, that's about where my mind stops.
Okay. You were on a roll there, Derek.
I know I stopped myself because I'm not doing the recap.
Uh, but I know there's more to the whole thing though than that. But yeah, as far as I remember, is uh, um,
Yeah,
we went to
and next
we went to
campaign
this.
I will handle all the recaps because it's going to be far more structured.
Okay, we went to discover.
I'm interrupting you again just to be an asshole.
What did the fox say?
That's it. You're DMing next game.
Um, but no, we decided to go after figure out what this you know corruption was. I remember Solon decided to burrow into the ground so he wouldn't get infected, and
Yeah.
because he did that, he ended up finding the thing first before we did, because it was underground, and it was a chest that was in the blood of the chained Oblivion, and through what was it? He just shaped Earth and then moved it up. And
Pretty
then we
much.
were able to find out that there was, what was it, some weird shard in there that had connection to the One Realm.
Far realm. Yeah.
Correct.
And then that entity was the mother of holders,
Yep.
which we are able to well, Solon was able to make a deal to get. I don't remember what was all the deal was about. All I remember is we got a bonus to uh, our will against a bunch of random stuff.
it was either a flat buff or against a specific person.
I do remember that Izzy got a new beholder pet. Anyways, after that we went to back to the necromancy temple where Solon did his final test, which took several hours. He got to see his sister, his father again, and his brother-in-law, and then resurrect them. Then he got to talk to Drake, which is his father, and then he got to reunite the pendant him and his sister hold, which made Drake actually be not stone anymore. And then Drake, like Drake, left us there to be tortured.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Like an asshole.
He almost left the brother-in-law there too.
He did. He did.
And then after that, there was some discussion with the temple caretaker, where he offered Chucky the option to get a shard as well with a puzzle. He didn't fully answer him on whether he was going to do that or not. And then it was distraction time, where I can't remember what caused us to start talking to the one. I can't think of her name. The one, wasn't it the one that was tied to Gavin? Nahir?
Nahir.
Mhm.
Where we were supposedly getting Thunder Phoenixes.
Yes.
Which then we glanced over because after going there, we got. It's kind of a blur, all this. It just kind of ran together. We went from one thing to the next. We were changing topics like left and right. We went to. We found out that Vale, that's the right name I'm looking for, was already
that happened
because of the Dark Messiah's shenanigans and
A lot
bullshittery.
happened last session.
Yes, and it's hard keeping it straight. Thanks, Derek.
You're welcome.
So we ended up going there, and Solon kept trying to find a way to get his kids, and yes, I mean kids because they were twins, a boy and a girl, to be not cursed and tied to famine. That took a lot. Like, Solon used like everything he had.
Plus some.
And so, but he did eventually break that. Can't remember what all went down to break that. So apologies. What happened after that? Didn't it flash forward to
No, using the connection that Dark Messiah made, Drake set off some fireworks over by where the Dark Messiah's power was radiating from, and Archaon went to go and check it out in order to stop him. This is when that deal was called in to save a deal with Drake to save Archaon because it was a trap for him. So Drake is back on the island again. Solon got super pissed and proceeded to inform an entire family tree about the Dark Messiah fucking with grandkids, great-grandkids, nieces, and nephews.
Would you inform just your family line or the rest of the Dragon Lords?
Whoever Solon felt was family, so
So probably the rest of the Dragon Lords?
probably.
Yeah.
There's several greater gods now that are kind of like, you hurt my grandbabies.
Yep.
The wrath of the grandparents is going to be biblical. Oh, literally biblical.
But what was it after that we cut? There was some scrying that went through from Nair, and we found out where Eve and Blinks were. Their bodies, anyway.
Yeah.
Being held by, I can't remember his name.
Victor, right?
Was that his? Okay, Victor. Araxis' brother. I think we kind of ended it pretty much there too.
Yeah.
We had to retcon a couple things there because there were some misunderstandings, but then
Yeah, there was some misunderstandings that really altered the ending there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to y'all's benefit,
Yeah.
maybe not. We'll
If
see
I
as time goes
remember
on.
right, where the bodies were at was the Lizardmen village.
Yes, where Victor has gone ham wild and has slaughtered a village of potential allies for coin. If not straight up allies, if y'all ever decided to interact with them.
We've had a list.
But yes. So we pick up pretty much where that left off. The scrying of your dead brother and friend at a slaughtered village of lizard folk. What do y'all do?
I hold my kids.
Aww. That's sweet. They are adorable as all can be. Your son looks much like his father, and your daughter looks like your mother. Its mother, her mother. There we go. Words. Siler is breathing heavy as he's trying to get feeling back at his hand where Vale was doing a death grip on. And this is a big, beefy orc. And his hand feels like, a fucking giant just sat there for like 5 hours squeezing it. So yes, what do y'all do?
did Chucky actually see the scry?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was cool.
was your traditional scry. Had a pool of water where the image appeared.
Chucky's pissed. He's literally furious right now, and the only thing he says is he is going to die.
Do you say anything to this, Sam? Or Raxus, as the one in question is your brother.
I don't say anything, but if anybody's like got me in their peripherals or anything, I'm just nodding with it.
Okay.
I don't know. Does Chucky even know that it's her brother?
Yeah, it's been stated.
Like, does he? I don't know if he's seen him before, and it was stated in that the image was him. Fully.
Yeah, you saw him.
The image was
fully.
stated that it was him. It was also stated earlier that Sam has tried to kill him or dethrone him at the bare minimum multiple times.
Well, I know that. I just didn't know if
You
it
also
was
did
said
see
that it
him.
was
You also did see him once when the dragon appeared and attacked the village.
Yeah.
But Chucky still doesn't change his demeanor. He still wants to kill him. It just might change it in the long run, knowing that.
How far away is this supposed Lizardman village from us?
Y'all are in Vorga or Silor's village. That's 9 hexes away, or 3 hexes away if you use. It doesn't matter which waystone you use; they're both 3 hexes away. And yes, Dan, Josh and I did do some deep thinking and whatnot. Kronos, the little dragon, was with Xandric.
Okay.
Because Maximilian stayed at... oh god, now I'm drawing a blank on all that. But yeah, the Kronos was given to the Xandric to help him in his time in the Vault of Sin. That way, he hasn't lost the time, pretty much, and aiding him in many different avenues.
Maximilian was with
Yeah,
Gideon.
Maximilian's with
Gideon.
So was the Blood Dragon as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the name for the Blood Dragon.
So then, Drake would use his first eye use.
He used that already, I thought. No, that
Solon
was...
used his eye uses, because remember he bargained for him?
Yes.
So Solon uses his eye use to
Or
reverse
Drake
time.
uses.
Drake uses his first eye use to access the power of time and go back 60 seconds, because that's about the amount of time that is separating, if that.
All right, I need you to give me a D20 plus 16.
Natural 20.
It did not load on my screen. Let me refresh. I believe you.
Natural 20. I see it.
No, I believe you all. Just my... Yep, natural 20 right there. It didn't update on my screen because it's been sitting here for days.
Sounds about right.
Yep. All right. You reverse time 60 seconds. And you see Archaon about to enter a clearing.
Stop. In the name of time.
Actually, give me a second. Roll for Archaon.
Stop. Hammer time.
Before you even go to utter stop, you see him stop. And Drake is good friends with Archaon. You know he's aware of your presence. Or a presence.
Okay, I'm gonna do a different joke then. It's a trap. You take a few steps forward and you end up being frozen in time.
He just nods and you see him surveying the surroundings. You see him grab the hilt of his blade and unsheath it and slam it into the ground about 5 feet in front of him. And it pierces into the ground. And much like you've seen him before, the ground just erupts in an earthquake. And you see, crevices and cliffs rise up. And you see this faint sigil just dissipate.
Drake's going to take the opportunity to identify the sigil because arcane knowledge all of it.
With this, go ahead and give me a d20 plus 20 with this one.
38.
This is oh my god, drawing a blank. Sorry, it's the schools of magic are blood and time. Illusion, conjuration, and abjuration are 3 schools of magic that you can immediately identify that were put into the sigil. With both yours and Archaon's passive perception, and at this point the Lenorns are staying back too. There is a piece of cloth in the center of it. Something that your smell doesn't pick up, but your characters are smart enough to realize this is something with a strong enough scent to lead the Lenorn here of the Dark Messiah. Purposely left. Unlike your first encounters with the Dark Messiah, where he was flaunting his destructive and his just sheer cruelty, and one of the reasons why it led to his ultimate downfall, he's playing a far more calculating game. He knows as of now, and this is again stuff that both you and Archaon could surmise, he knows that both you have surpassed his strength in magnitudes right now. And this is a game he has to use different tactics, techniques, and strategies to get his revenge upon you.
Since I was such a high roll, was I able to determine with that sigil, is it at proximity or was it a specific person that would trigger it?
With that right there, you know that there was 4 targets that could have triggered that. Archaon, your daughter, Xandric, or yourself.
I say to Archaon, our opponent is very tricksy, but he's weak.
One thing, actually, with 38, with 38, you also do know that if even you would have stepped into this, you would have succumbed to the effects, because this sigil, as it's incredibly potent. It is beyond just the norm. This is something that has been re-enhanced multiple times, meaning multiple alter realities were placed upon it over the course of time for it to be as potent as it is.
So if I was in stealth, would it be able to trigger? Because divination magic doesn't work on me. So being able to detect a trigger wouldn't work.
If you were in stealth, no, that would not have triggered. But like if you were just walking into the opening, it would have triggered to you, because he does know you. He isn't strong enough, nor does he
The
have...
fireball wouldn't hit me directly, but if it's lobbed in the general area
Right,
I am,
right.
it will go off.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
What does Archaon say to that?
Then we must rethink our tactics hunting him. If he is not the same beast as he was once before, then we must evolve as well. And you see him just constantly surveying the surroundings, looking for any small detail that would indicate anything. From how long ago something has, passed through these woods, to any other traps, any leaf that is cut unnaturally or not from just a wild animal walking by.
I have one potential solution, but it would make me useless for the upcoming fight and any tricks he may have in store. Or I could bring him here. As blood drips down my one closed eye.
Are you guaranteed to bring him here?
His power is exhausted. He has no ability to resist me.
Does he have any backing?
I don't know. In terms of backing strong enough to resist me, the number of people that are strong enough to resist me, I can count on one hand. And as far as where they're located, none of them are on the island. But when you start dealing with the things that are bound on this island, I don't know. All I know is he is currently exhausted his reality warping powers for the time being. And unless he's caught before he recharges said powers.
What can you tell me about the trap he laid? As this is your area of expertise.
I go into it. It uses divination magic to detect one of 4 specific targets, is what this one was set up to do. I tell him who the 4 targets were. It's a proximity mine, so in other words, as long as someone of those 4 go off or enter within the proximity, it will explode. It wouldn't be able to detect me in stealth, but if I were to enter it out of stealth, it would detect me. Or it would detonate.
Could it hold you?
Could it hold me?
Obviously it held me, so I'm assuming it could hold you. And he doesn't say that insultingly, and he's very intelligent, and he sees your eye dripping. He's making...
I say it depends on what takes notice of my disappearance. I have multiple bound dragons to my name. One of a significant power that is associated, one of the few beings associated with the element of time. my connection with said dragon might be able to assist me in such a trap. But I am unsure, as I am unsure where little Alexander currently is.
Kronos.
Kronos. That's right, Kronos. Where little Kronos currently is.
He nods. Then it is a gambit. If this was placed here and reinforced over time, a trap could be laid for you to summon him forth. So it is a gambit. And I do not know if it's one we should risk.
We have... If memory serves, Derek, would I know how his powers recharge? I'm talking about Drake, not Solon. You told me
Drake,
how Solon
Drake,
knows, but
Drake would know. His would recharge after a week's time.
I say currently he is without his reality warping powers for a week. After that week is done, he regains all uses of his warping powers. I will regain one use every week. It's all a question of
what he has prepared ahead of time.
Drake sends a quick message to Gavin, because Gavin would be the one Drake is most confident that he's taken note of, given what his profession is. When was the Dark Messiah awoken? How many days ago?
Dark Messiah. Is it actually compared to? So I actually have some days written down.
As the timekeeper, I believe it was 2 days, but I'm not positive on that.
I was gonna say, how many days was it from when we quote unquote met Lucian's brother?
Oh God!
Met Lucian's brother.
The one with the bad plan of saving the world.
That would have been like 5 days ago, 6. But I should recall it didn't
that would have
revive
been
until way after that. I mean,
that's what I thought. I just wanted to know what the days were on that.
Okay.
Well, okay. There was. He revived. Oh my God! Drawing a blank.
I'm pretty sure it's still been the first week. Like, Chucky's brother has died twice in this 1 week. It's still that week.
It was the second time that he died that he appeared.
And it's been
The second time he died would have been the fight with Eve.
Yeah.
and that was like 2 days ago.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Derek. This is a very important question. Since Drake has fought the Dark Messiah multiple times at this juncture, he should know how many eye powers the Dark Messiah has.
Yes.
Based on this knowledge, does this mean he has backing? Because I just saw him use all his eye powers in the course of this interaction.
You would know there is an external source. Backing or something.
There's someone else on this island that's backing him in some way, I say to Archaon. Because he shouldn't have had the number of power uses he had to resist all that Solon put down to stop him. If he had had the abilities or had the powers to actually trigger this, because he's only been awake for 2 days. So he wouldn't have had time to regain his previous eye uses.
Are you still in communication with Gavin while talking about those two?
Yes.
Gavin, your passive intelligence is high enough. You know that he used his eye powers 5 times in the first day as well.
Okay. Then
He used it 5 times a day as well.
Okay. I will
You
relay that
do know
information.
that the champion of Famine wanted the eyes. You don't know if that is the connection, but you do know that something on these islands did want those eyes specifically. That's the only outside connection you have there. So he is regaining his eye use, and because Drake's here, you're actually able to identify that and piece that together. He's regaining his eye use much quicker at an accelerated rate, even for him.
Okay.
I say to Archaon, he's regaining his eye uses daily.
Well, that's... You just simply, for the first time, hear Archaon say, well, fuck.
Okay, so Solon, and he'll telepathy with as many people as he needs to here, to figure out the number of times he used his powers and what they know he used his powers on the first day.
Okay. Quick recollection, you know that he brought forth Araxis' brother.
Brought forth Araxis' brother, stole the two Chucky's brother and Eve's body.
Yep.
Number 3 would be this trap. Are we aware of any other uses?
Not at the moment, no.
Multiple uses on the time trap? Because it was strengthened, right?
It would be a good question. Yeah, because this trap would be outside the uses or outside the bounds, Derek, I'm assuming, of a single eye usage. Because I have the same power, would I be able to decipher how many ice usages it took to create this trap?
Give me another D20 plus 20.
38.
You can surmise anywhere between 2 to 3.
We have at most 1 power unaccounted for, 1 power usage unaccounted for.
Was that 2 or 3 uses just to create it, or is it to create it and strengthen it?
Create it and strengthen.
My guess is 1 for the time sigil, or for the trap itself, 1 for the trigger, and then the third one is whether or not it was the proximity aspect, so it could actually affect me. But we're unsure if he needed that third one. So at most, we have 1 unaccounted for eye power usage left. and he's most likely going to regain these powers within the next 24 hours. Everyone now knows this.
I stand by your side, my friend, as I always have. I leave this to you if you summon him forth, and he readies his blade for whatever action you decide to take.
You know what? If I'm going to do it,
you can tell that he's definitely in guarded mode because he does not know what to expect. Again, you notice just the small details because Drake and him spent 1,000 years together. Like, to everybody else looking, it's just Archaon standing stoic, but you do know he's on guard mode. Just how he just moves his left foot, a half an inch. How, his left shoulder just hangs a little lower, and, just his posture that nobody else would pick up except Drake.
Got it. Solon speaks up. Wait, if you're going to do this, I can at least give you some place to go where you'll have an edge. Solon directs Drake to the nearest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Known, blood pool.
Okay.
Because I actually have half the bloodline.
Yeah.
Using it as an augmenting tool.
Ooh.
And I'm most likely not going to be of any use in this particular fight, so be ready, Archaon. I clap my hands together, and my second usage is gone, and Drake is now blind.
All right. So, y'all went to the blood pool, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Granddad wants his piece of this fucker anyways. Or Dad in Drake's case. Went after great grandkids.
So,
holy shit.
Drake cannot see. As you use your power to summon him forth, you can feel the presence of the Dark Messiah. And you can hear the footsteps of Archaon, quick succession. Again, anybody else, it would be blinding speed. You wouldn't hear Archaon move.
I am stealth, by the way, Derek.
And you hear something shatter. You hear the sounds of torso being removed from rest of body. My vengeance is never going to be over. And then you hear the sounds of, you're not quite sure, porcelain, metal, as whatever shattered hits the ground, and a new presence is felt. And the hellish energy is released around. In a moment, you feel Archaon grab you. And electricity surges around you. And as if a lightning bolt strikes, the rest of you in Solar's village. I really need to come up with a name for that village. You see a bolt of lightning strike down into the center of town once more. Everybody's still on edge, and you see Archaon, who has Drake with him. The rest of you look to the horizon, and this day sky is blackened by clouds. What would be, blue, white lightning cascading through the sky, you see red lightning tinted with a green, sickly, eldritch color. Beside you, you see Corin teleport. He looks at all of you. What have you done?
I don't know. I can't see.
You see Corin, he does a quick hand successions, and you see him erect a magical barrier around this village. And you just see lightning and hellish eldritch energy rain down on it. For all of you that are within it, as gifted and as powerful as this individual, this mysterious person that you just learned the name of is, you fear that his barrier might not be strong enough to actually withhold or bar this destructive energy. You see it shrink several times, and the outposts and buildings that the barrier is no longer covering just disintegrate instantly.
Drake raises his hand because he still has a 10th level spell. Wish. Empower.
All right. You empower it back up, and after what feels like an untold number of minutes, the destruction stops. For those of you that can see, and the Archaon and the Corin, you look to the sky and you see this floating figure, red and black. You see tendrils. It's almost as if it's wearing a robe. You see its head have multiple horns. It looks like something out of a nightmare's nightmare. It cocks its head, and its eyes fall upon you, eyes that are eons old. It points its finger down. Corin still holding up his shield. You see Archaon beginning once again to gather energy, and you see it cascading out to the citizens of this village. What do you all do? The same kind of electricity you saw Archaon and Drake arrive in, that's starting to cascade around as many people's Archaon can encompass. As if trying to mass transport as many as he can. Drake, even though you're blind, you can give me a D20 plus 16.
$23.
You felt this presence. Once before, you played a game with him, outsmarted him. The Scarlet Emperor is no longer bound in the urn that Corin had.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
On the bright side, it isn't as bad as I first thought it was. I
Still
first thought it was
annoying.
going to be way worse. Drake thinks for a second.
One thing you do notice, Drake notices almost immediately, is that the Scarlet Emperor is a lot stronger than when you first met him. The rest of you, actually, you don't know the Scarlet Emperor, so actually, would Solon or Gavin know anything about them, or about the Scarlet Emperor?
Enough to identify him? Probably not. He probably know. Someone might know who he is, but enough to identify him, most likely not.
Okay. Then yeah, nothing I can give you right there. So yes, what do you all do?
Solon yells out to his father, "There's something in this village. Arcane. Use it." Drake, hearing that, is going to try to connect with the protective energies that Solon was able to detect in this village before. And try to use them.
To strengthen the shield that's about to help strengthen Corin's shield? Or what are you doing here?
I'm going to go about this another way.
Okay.
I'm going to go full DBZ here. Like full intersecting, crossing the beams. Attempt to make it a... fuck it. I'll just strengthen the shield. It doesn't work in reality so well, especially when I'm blind. I'll just go strengthen the shield.
Fair. Because of that, the shield is strengthened enough to withhold the onslaught. This goes on for what seems like eternity. Not able to pierce outside the dome, as what you see is just destructive eldritch energy. Once it fades, the Scarlet Emperor is no longer in the sky. And I gotta make alterations to the map real quick. Let's go with this color, why not? As for those that do watch, understand the last two campaigns have been apocalyptic in nature. That's why they're facing foes. It's a very end of reality, not just a world scenario going on. All right, everybody see
Yeah.
that right there? Those hexes, other than the one, and it's only the city, is a wasteland.
I'm panting and I point at Arcane. He used to be a lot weaker than that.
The rest of you notice Korn is no
I'm pointing
longer...
at a building and not our house.
Korn is no longer there. What do y'all do?
Okay, for the fucking record, I say outside to the mysterious voice that I wasn't able to see when they said, "What did you do?" And now I know what happened. Do I recognize that voice as one that I played chess with?
Yes.
For the fucking record, if you'd hold on to your shit more tightly, we wouldn't be having this problem. Don't be throwing shade on us when you can't handle your shit. I wait to dare him to respond. I'm not scared as long as I have Arcan who can still see.
He does not say shit. He's in panic mode right now as well. Gavin, Chucky, Araxis, Solon. Do you all do anything?
I am halfway considered to give Archaon a portal up there.
The Scarlet Emperor is not in the sky anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been making jokes if he was still up there. That would have been disintegrate. I'll take the 50% miss chance. Disintegrate.
I thought about asking how big can she make the portal.
At this point, she would need to be redirecting those disintegrates. I do say to Arcan, you did kill the Dark Messiah, right? We just didn't just gain an enemy. We got at least rid of one of them. Hopefully. Please.
Everybody around there, Solon, you particular, you still see the tattoo on his arm.
Fuck! Oh, and I don't see that, so Drake doesn't know that yet. So please tell me you killed him, right?
That's when you hear Solon say, "Fuck!"
Please tell me you killed him, right? Okay, and don't leave me hanging. Please tell me you killed him, right?
Pat your head. Yes, I killed him. He just fucking does like the hand across the throat motion to everybody else.
Fucker's still alive. I'm more curious how he fucking resisted my call. I understand where he's getting his recharge from now.
I believe he was summoned. What I killed was real.
Essentially, I can explain some stuff now.
Also,
I say this Dark Aeon.
Also, you've pretty much spent all the Dark Messiah's trump cards, though, by the way. I will say that out of game.
Fair enough. I say... So, I understand how he was getting his usages of his dark powers back so quickly now. See, we had this companion who went by the name of Mortoy. And he decided to take that thing. And you see I'm pointing in the wrong direction when I say that. But you all get the general assumption that I'm pointing at the guy that was dressed in red robes with the red tentacles and everything. He turned that guy into a battery for his own divine kingdom. And that battery was stolen by that jackass that decided to throw shade and then bow out before we could respond. I don't know about any shield. I couldn't see shit. I was just trying to help protect the village. But he was apparently had that stolen from him and was using that battery source as a way to supercharge his eyes and regain the usage much faster. Saying to Archaon, on the bright side, he is now back on a weekly schedule. He will be unable to recharge daily like he was doing before. And we have used and accounted for every fucking power usage he had. There's no one. I'm guessing the fifth usage on the first day was to snag that particular battery, which means he used 2 on the trap, 1 on the battery, 1 to bring Little Lord Dipshit, and the 5th one was to snag the 2 goblin bodies. We have now accounted for all 10 usages of power in the last 2 days. We have a week before he gets back the 5 usages.
Then my hunt is not over. He looks at all of you. Tend to your father, Solon. He nods to you, Gavin. Unless you all say anything to him, he's about to go back on his hunt again. This is a threat that cannot be left alone or left unattended to.
On the bright side, does Lenorans actually have the scent of the Dark Messiah now?
Yeah. And they're not dead.
And they're not dead.
So there is...
So who did he kill?
Sorry, what, Sam?
So if it wasn't the Dark Messiah, who did he kill?
I'm not sure what happened there. I couldn't see it.
Can he do any type of clone bullshit or no?
He was never able to in the past.
Could he describe the target that he killed? Maybe we know the person.
Oh, he knows what the Scarlet or what the Dark Messiah looks like.
Oh, so he did kill him, but he's not dead.
Yeah, and it wasn't a power. It wasn't a eye usage that it allowed him to escape death this time. It would had to be something else that he had that allowed him to escape death. Which is why it's the perfect opportunity for Archaon to hunt him, because there's no trump cards left here on pretty much either side.
Yeah.
No, it's going as a J. What? A Jeff? That's weird. I was just trying to show the picture of the Scarlet Emperor.
Jiffif.
For those that have...
Okay.
I focused through the tattoo. Drake's focuses through the tattoo.
Okay.
The Dragon Lord symbol.
Okay.
It wasn't a tattoo, it's just the Dragon Lord connection. Xandric, are you done with your shit yet?
Go ahead and give me a will save at plus 17.
$36.
God damn.
You can feel Famine's presence. And Zadric, you can talk to him right now if you'd like.
I'm sorry, you have reached Xandric, and Xandric cannot answer the phone right now. Please leave a message.
I will end you.
I missed part of that. What was going on?
Drake connected with Xandric. Find out if he's done with his shit yet.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is that a player I don't know, or is that a character I don't know?
That's a player I don't know. I haven't been able to finish Xandric because I don't have all the stuff that he has.
The only thing he doesn't have right now is his Planeswalker.
And he spent a lot to get his Planewalker abilities up, so kind of one of the things I kind of want to get a hold of.
So,
I
Derek,
understand
it's up
that.
to you.
I understand that, but in respect of what the Planeswalker abilities would allow you to do here, wouldn't necessarily help you with your current endeavor. It's nearing the end. And for simplicity's sake, because we'll get done with it this week, Josh. For simplicity's sake, you can feel the wear and tear that it has on Xandric. Oh no! I was playing with my pen and the tip shot out.
Giggity.
Yeah. It's nearing the end.
A successful end, or do I have more shit to worry about?
At this sake, 50-50.
Fucking Scarlet Emperor's back, so hurry up and get your shit done. We got things to kill. And I need your help to get there.
Xandric would be like, on top of the Dark Messiah?
On top of the Dark Messiah. It's like our greatest hits coming back. I'm 5 seconds, and I say this out loud. I'm 5 seconds from contacting Gideon and getting him over here.
I'm saying that, is Gideon still on the other side of the Divine Gate at the moment?
Divine Gate was torn down.
Yeah, I unlocked the Divine Gate.
Yeah. But am I at this point fighting in the Celestial War that was going on?
Celestial War is over with.
Yeah,
Over with.
Celestial
It
War
ended.
is over. Yeah.
Mm.
When Paylor fell, the Celestial War ended.
And
So
that
you're
was
kind of
thanks to Josh.
It was more of your characters kind of took over the chief magistrate role in Draconia at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But getting to game. What does everybody do right now? This is the first time Solon, Gavin, Chucky, Araxis, Sylar, anybody except for Drake and Archaon has seen this display of what is really at the end of this tunnel, what you're going to be looking at fighting. You're seeing, you felt things. This completely eclipsed, what Famine's champion brought to the table against you. But this also gives you a glimpse into what to expect from the horsemen, what you expect from the adversary. This is a glimpse into the end game.
This has been a power scaling episode here.
Yep.
I say before Archaon laughs, Drake turns to Archaon and says, "I'm going to be next to useless to you until I regain my eyes." That being said, maybe it's time for a father-son hunt. I contact Gideon.
Grandfather, son hunt?
This would be
Grandfather,
Archaon
son.
is Gideon's father.
Yep. And then Gavin would be the grandson.
I don't know if Gavin's going to be joining in the hunting down of the Dark Messiah / the Scarlet Emperor if he's still around. But I contact Gideon. So, I'm back. I have some good news, and I have some bad news.
Would you like me to put Maximilian on the phone too?
Maximilian knows everything I do. The good news is, your son is doing just fine.
I know better than that. What do you mean by just fine?
Your son is doing just fine. They happened to get involved in a situation where they brought back an oldie but a pain in the ass, the Dark Messiah. I wait for the expletives to elapse. And I go on, and I say...
Gideon says, "Give me a minute, I'm getting some static." Being the nature of the islands, Gideon doesn't have any way of being there even through his divine connections, correct?
He could be brought here, he just can't leave.
Correct.
Okay. Calls it a favor from Bob real quick.
I could literally teleport you here.
Yeah.
I cast the 5th level teleport. I teleport him.
Sorry. Apologize. I didn't think I heard you right.
My question is, what is Gideon Gavin doing right now as his father steps through the portal?
Ghost white.
That isn't the end of it. So, this asswipe decided to try to hurt my newborn grandkids.
Oh?
He shouldn't have done that.
No.
My entire family is pissed off now. Like, we're gunning for this asshole.
Mm-hmm.
We drained him of all of his eye uses, only to discover that fucktard, for some unknown purpose, was able to recharge his eye usage to dailies as opposed to weeklies. So, I used my final eye ability as I waved my hand in front of my closed and bleeding eye sockets.
Uh-huh.
To bring him I point behind him to his grandfather, or to his dad, for Archaon to take him down.
So what does Gavin do seeing his dad?
You mean Gideon do?
Yeah, Gideon, sorry.
To be fair, there's a 50-50 chance I didn't point in the right direction when I pointed at him.
Gideon takes
He's pointing to Siler.
Gideon takes Drake's hand and points it at Archaon.
Thank you. All I heard, because again, wave in front of my hand, can't see, was a shattering. And then Archaon getting me the fuck out of there. Tattoo is still active, so Dark Messiah isn't dead. We've used up all of his powers for the week. But the shattering was, you remember Mortoy's battery? And what was inside of it?
There's lots of things I wish I don't want to remember from that, but go on.
The Scarlet Emperor.
Yeah.
He was inside that, and that's what the Dark Messiah was using to recharge his powers. And when Archaon swung, he destroyed said battery housing. And lo and behold, the Flame Emperor is now here. On the bright side, the Dark Messiah no longer charges his powers daily. I am going to be next to useless in assisting your dad hunt down the Dark Messiah at his weakest moment. And especially with the Flame Emperor walking around here, your dad's going to need help. And I'm useless at this juncture. Well, use impaired. Guess who I nominate for help?
Say no more. I look at Archaon, my father, and I say, truce, and let's hunt. And I call out Geldrum.
Alright.
I have Maximilian bouncing up on my shoulder as a small dragon because size change for the wind.
At this, as you go to look at your father saying this, you actually see your son now, too, who looks ghostly white in more ways than one.
I take it I can immediately sense...
You can sense a deified entity's power coursing through your son's body, yes. A death deity-like figure, yes. You know it's not the Raven Queen.
It's even better than that, Derek. You know the weapon that he has on his back right now because you've seen it in action.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's that.
Used against you, mind you.
Yeah.
You can tell your son has followed in your footsteps. He is a champion, too.
I out loud said that Chiron sure loves a good irony. I will say, though, openly, though I wish the circumstances were different, I'm glad that you're okay, son. Gavin, having expected the rod and did not get it, blinks for a minute.
Solon sides up to Drake. You know, it's kind of weird. All three of them essentially became champions. And each one tried to be different than their predecessor with the absolute most of their being. Usually, in most cases, in all three cases, fleeing to separate continents to not have to be like their predecessor. And yet they all turn out to be the same class and the same kind of power level. It's fascinating. Like the further the more they run away, the closer they are together.
It's family.
One thing, and I'm going to have to go AFK here for a moment. We'll take a 10-minute break. I got to take the dogs out here in a minute.
Okay.
One thing you do notice looking upon Archaon and Gavin, you can see their life thread is barely holding on, indicating death is near for them. But at that, I'm going to go AFK.
You said Archaon and Gavin and not Gideon?
Or Gideon, sorry.
What about Drake's?
Drake's? No. His is dimmer than the rest of everybody's around because there are active plots against him right now. That if one right move on the enemy's part plays through, there goes Drake. But that can be said by his endeavors as well.
Compared the Drake to the other two, like how much solid is their line compared to?
Barely visible to your spectral eyes.
So theirs is like Final Destination level threats, and Drake's is horror movie thread.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna die, but you're not 100% sure. He may be the nerd in the scenario. Gavin and Archaon are the black guy in the scenario.
Wow.
You gonna try to tell me the black guy isn't the first one dead in most horror movies?
It's true.
I mean, that is the trope there.
It is.
And if you're going to use an analogy, you got to use it all the way.
Fair.
Gavin, not knowing what to say, will just tell him to be careful.
To make it equal, it's usually a crazy white person doing the killing. Just saying.
Yes.
Because we a crazy race.
We're also, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, I got to go take them outside real quick.
Okay.
I will be back 10, 15 minutes, grab snacks, whatever, and discuss what you're going to do. Or if you want to discuss that right there, that's fine. But be right back.
All right. I'll be right back as well, then.
BRB.
I'm back. So, yeah. I know what Drake's going to do while he's on the island.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he can't be much help in the tracking down at this juncture. So I have two ideas. One is Drake's going to go around to the temples and just get that full arcane crystal. It should take him like 30 minutes per temple.
Taking Drake or Solon?
Drake.
Drake? Okay.
He'll trade something to, or give something to, what's his face for the, evocation crystal. And then take the necromancy one and then just complete him. Because realistically speaking, he's beyond mythic in terms of grade on Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah.
So anything that needs manipulation of energy or arcane energy, he's pretty much got lock, stock, and barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that requires any super manipulation like the last trial in the Necromancy Temple, I use Wish. I have a 10th level spell. Have fun with it. And he has to have more than one 10th level spell at this juncture. And the other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I'd be curious to get your feedback on it and whether or not you think it'd be worth it. I'm gonna use Maximilian as my seeing eye dragon. But thinking about bringing my blood dragon as well.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to use one of the pools to upgrade my eyes.
Okay.
Use the help of the blood dragon to do that. What do you think?
How does the blood dragon minimize the potential side effects?
One, there'd be more control over where the blood's going.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be directly contact with my eyes and not risk contaminating the rest of myself.
Okay.
On top of that, I'll go full demon form, or demon archfey form.
Mm-hmm.
Hybrid form, for lack of a better descriptor. So the corruption aspect of it is hugely mitigated. The control over blood, I'm kind of hoping will give a direction, and my ability to manipulate magic, maybe set up an array or a ritual kind of deals to help again funnel that energy towards a specified purpose, as opposed to just what we were doing where we were just dipping items in and seeing what came out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
There'd be a significant chance of failure that I wouldn't normally have with just, an upgrade of a standard item. But on the other hand, it is one of the few substances that I could think of that could actually upgrade my eyes.
Okay.
And I'm more worried as time goes on here about what all we're going to end up facing, or what all Drake's going to end up needing to help, counterspell. Because that's essentially what he uses his eyes for, is his counterspells.
Yeah.
And what he's going to need his eyes to counterspell kind of makes me nervous, especially since we can't get Xandric back in any reasonable amount of time, because he's the only other person that has a strong enough power to counterspell a lot of the stuff we end up facing. And his comes with even greater risk than my eyes do.
What did I miss?
I have an idea. I had an idea what I'm going to have Drake do while we're accomplishing our checklist of side quests. Archaon and Gideon getting to hunt down the Dark Messiah. One of the few things I've been able to think about that would help Drake first and foremost is I think I'm going to have him complete the 2 temples that are on this island for the Arcane Orb, because he should be able to do it in like 5 minutes, because he's beyond Mythic grade in Arcana. On top of that, I'm thinking about using the blood, one of the blood pools, to upgrade.
I'm back.
Hey,
Yo.
I'm thinking about using one of the blood pools to upgrade Drake's eyes, or try to upgrade Drake's eyes. It's one of the few substances that I can actually think of that would be able to upgrade it.
All right. So is everybody here? Everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, what do you do, Gavin? Seeing that.
I tell both Archaon and my dad to please be careful.
Archaon nods at you and puts his hand on your shoulder. Very few times have I had the honor to fight alongside my son. Both of us together. We should prevail.
Drake speaks up. This island provides opportunities, not just for, and he looks in the general direction of where he thinks the group is, based on voices. Actually, he looks through our Maximilian's eyes. That's what he's going to do.
Hey!
Seeing Eye Dragon. He says this provides a rare opportunity to increase some of our powers. It might behoove you to, and I say looking at Archaon and Gideon, to take advantage of some of these opportunities while you can, before you strike out against the Dark Messiah. For instance, I know, based on what Solon has traded to me and what I have been informed of, there are temples where we can acquire, where I could acquire some arcane gemstones that would greatly help my power. And with my already prodigious control over the arcane, they shouldn't hold any significant challenge for me.
You just can't acquire the ones that have already been acquired.
Correct. But I can trade something that would be meaningless to me, but would be of great help to, why am I blanking on his name? Evocation, gem holder, Klaus, for his arcane, gem. And I've already been traded the Necromancy Arcane Gem. And since Drake is already sitting beyond Mythic and or at Mythic plus extras in Arcane, I wouldn't be surprised if I just show up and they're like, here, take my money. Because there's no way for me to fail the rolls at that point, outside of a natural one, which luck dice.
Yes.
And then the other thing I'm thinking about, given what we face, there exist pools of my father's blood on this island, as I have just been informed. It is one of the few substances that I can think of that might be able to upgrade my eyes. And as they've been the chief counteracting force against the things we faced, it might behoove us, or might behoove me, to try to increase their strength further. But I know there are other opportunities on this island as well that you might be able to take advantage of, and I gesture at Archaon and Gideon.
Okay.
Good talk, good talk.
No, I was waiting for players to say something before me as NPC say anything.
That was what I was referring to, is players.
I'm trying to think what. Nah, he would probably go after the necromancy one, but I don't know about the other ones for Gideon.
Then allow us to move out.
I actually Zave, this is a question for you. Geldrum would be able to use the shards as well, correct?
Yeah.
Because he's way more of a was the spellcasting type dragon than Gideon is. So I might actually go that route and go my own route for the shards and give them all to Geldrum.
Or you could send Geldrum with me. We collect the shards, and then when you need them, you can summon them.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's just to let you know what Drake's doing. I don't know if you actually want to roleplay that out there, because again, like I said,
We'll hand that out in a side session, because certain trigger was triggered this game, or a certain plot point, and landscapes out of game are radically going to change. So we will do that on the side session. Archaon departs with you guys, or Gideon, unless there's anything else, so we can move this along.
Nope, nothing else for me.
All right.
the last thing Drake is going to do before he leaves to these temples, or the last two things, is one, he summons. I'm going to call her Elsa, because I don't think I ever came up with a name for her. Or if I did, I just don't remember what it was. For my blood dragon. And bring her with me. And two, I am going to warn all of the gods of the Scarlet Emperor's return, because he likes to manipulate gods.
Yes, he does.
And I want them to be aware of his release, his subsequent power-up, and for the fact that he doesn't know that the Divine Gate is down, so I'm waiting for him to make a mistake there.
You can
Paylord.
probably assume some of his power increase is because of Mortoys using him as his divine battery.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, his entire city, his worship base, all that flew into that outwards. It served as a battery, as his nexus point. I warned him against it. Everybody warned him against it.
Oh,
Now the Scarlet Emperor is on a whole different level and is far more terrifying.
you still shouldn't be god length or strength though.
You also have no idea what Corrin was doing either.
That's true. That being said, like I said, I warn all the gods about
All right.
him being loose. He's a manipulator. He's far stronger now than he was before. Palor, you're weak-minded, so I'm double warning you.
Fair.
Would you warn all the gods individually, or would you tell them to pass it along?
Play
I warn them
telephone.
individually.
Because I have one god that Drake might not know about.
I don't know about him, so I wouldn't be able to contact them.
And Chucky wouldn't know if you're doing that, so
Are you making this known you're doing it is the important question.
It's more one of those things. Hey, Palor.
Do you say it
Oh,
out
no.
loud?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear him talking to the gods, giving a warning.
As I'm walking away, kind of deals.
Chucky would speak up. There's probably one more god you might want to warn.
Have I met them
Or
before?
I could try to. And I would tell him about Neshama.
Well, I'm always glad to have another god on our side. I haven't met Neshama yet, so I don't have the ability to contact her. I've met all the other gods.
I don't know very much about this entity you guys saw, so
Tell her to contact this one. I point at Maximilian. And he'll put us in touch. Or Geldrum, because he's going with me. And Geldrum's very connected to the divine.
Yes.
Geldrum probably be able to give as good a description as I could, too.
because I really wouldn't want her to be caught unaware.
So I'd send a prayer to her to contact Geldrum.
Make a religion check.
Religion. I'm gonna burn some incense for this too.
Nice.
Natural 20. I'm pretty sure she hears it.
As you pray, all of you can feel a warming, loving presence. And you can actually see kind of like a faded image of this beautiful woman. What ancestry, you're not sure, behind Chucky Corral. Welcome back to the land of the living, Draco the Binder. And all of you hear this musical voice, soothing. Does Drake do anything? Or Chucky?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what just happened. Got cut out. Most of it got cut out. I just heard make a religion roll.
Fair. The Shama, with that natural 20, a image of her kind of appears behind Chucky, and this warming, loving, healing presence is felt all around. And she says, "Welcome back to the land of the living, Drake Oathbinder."
So first, Maximilian's head turns towards her, and then mine follow suit, have a heartbeat behind. Always glad to rejoin the living. You'd think you get used to it after a while. I was instructed or asked by one of your followers to warn you about an entity that likes to manipulate gods to do his bidding.
I feel its presence already.
It goes by the name of the Flame Emperor. He is an aberration.
You feel a touch of hands on your cheek. While I cannot restore your infernal gift, or hellish gift, may you have sight. And your vision returns to you.
That's handy. Much appreciated. I focus a little bit and I say, your assistance is greatly appreciated. And I proceed to tell her about the Flame Emperor. What I know about his new abilities and capabilities, and about how Mortai screwed us all.
She looks to the north, to the west. His presence is seeping into this land. It is still here, this aberration. It is dangerous. Even us, lesser gods, I do not feel would stand to him. Or stand to it. She closes her eyes. And you see tears. And as they fall from her cheek, they materialize into the mortal realm and hit the ground and crystallize. She looks at Gideon and Archaon. And you see a look of sorrow in her eyes. Gavin, you can see Reapers watching. Some standing on the ground, some floating in the air. You could see that they are all fixated on your grandfather and your father. And then the Shama's presence is jettisoned, no longer felt. Your gods have no place here. Voice rings all around. What do y'all do?
One that we recognize.
One that Gavin and Drake recognize is the Scarlet Emperor.
I mean, that's weird because I'm pretty sure that they have a presence here on the island. So,
Not for long. Your queen of ravens will fall. The Everlight will darken. The thunder will quiet. And you feel the ground rumble a little. Just a little. Then it stops. The entity does not speak anymore. So what do y'all do?
Give the others a chance first.
Gideon's of the opinion to get this hunt done as soon as possible because apparently there's another hunt that's going to be right after that.
All right. So Drake goes off and to the temples, unless you're going to say something. Josh isn't saying anything. Sam has glass being grinded in the same room she's on the internet because people, you know.
I don't know what Chucky could say right now.
Solon looks like he's made a decision. And he simply says to the ether, challenge accepted. What did we have for quests we needed to, that we were going to go and try to accomplish next? He says to the group.
Recover the 2 bodies that were stolen from us.
Yeah.
I look at you two, I look at you three, and I say very seriously, can you handle this without me?
Um,
That's a very open-ended question, especially with how things have been in this island thus far,
I know.
and not knowing
Kind of hard to
exactly
answer.
what her brother is capable of at this point.
Someone is asking. You don't have long before he's going to move on, most likely. So you need to give me. I need an answer.
I think it's quite possible we could probably do this without Solon. But that's a very big probably.
Do we know any about any strength he is?
We might have some idea pre-island, but we don't know post-island
Yeah.
because
He was a Dragon Knight post Island. So, how the archetype is structured, and we will be doing an adventure path, the Rise of Draconia, in probably be called something else because I want a better name for it, and a different campaign because we're resetting the timeline and whatnot. But the power structure goes uh, Dragoon, Dragon Knight, Dragon Lord. Um, Technically, you have your Dragon Kings, which are kings of each order, whatnot. But in power structure, it goes Dragoon, Knight, Lord. He was on the cusp of being a Lord post Island or pre Island. So one step removed from the Kings, on the cusp of achieving that.
And that doesn't mean much to Chucky. He doesn't know the power ceiling there, so.
Given that info, I think Gavin with his intelligence could probably hunt it down.
So, like what you guys have seen me do in battle, he's a lot stronger.
You also do know, with his capabilities, he is actually able to command dragons. And that means even dragoons and if he crossed over into Dragon Lord territory, he can command Dragon Knights and weaker Dragon Lord's dragons.
And so I don't know, Solon. We might need you for this one.
And that is also something that you learn, Araxis, that your loyal companion, your best friend, Jaffamil, could in fact be used against you, fighting your brother.
I don't know. Do we have any allies we should take along instead of Solon? If he wants to go off and do something, I'm not sure. He hasn't said yet.
I simply say I'll meet you at the Blizzard Folk Village as fast as I can. With that, Solon is going to teleport off.
Okay, party split.
All right.
TPK incoming. No, I'm kidding.
Zedek, who's available here at Siler's place that we could bring along?
You have Siler.
Who would be stronger than Siler would be stronger than your brother than Araxis' brother in terms of ranking, in terms of dragons are concerned, because he's the recognized Lord of the White.
Yeah, because Vorgoth has not contended
Abdicated.
that any further.
So he could probably help keep Jaffamil working with you.
I haven't updated Klaus in them, but Klaus is of your level. Darius is 2 levels behind you. Logan's
probably
out.
2 levels, right?
Yeah, Kala's 2 levels below you. Logan's out, doing the last thing y'all had Logan do. He is of your level.
We still have Little Jumba.
You have Little Jumba.
Was Tellura doing something?
Telra, no, she's just been working as guard and commanding forces and whatnot. Her expertise, she is 2 levels behind y'all.
I don't want to take too much from this place, but at most, I would just want to borrow Siler for it.
Vale's out of
contacting Vorgoth.
Yeah,
True.
There's also Zivit. He's still around.
there's Zivit.
I'd be kind of surprised if you'd be able to keep Zivit away from this one.
Oh, he'd want to come along. Pretty sure he'd be demanding to come along.
Zivit,
Otherwise, he'd start singing goblin songs just to annoy the crap out of us until he got his
Red
way.
is dead. Red is dead. Red is dead.
I would ask Siler if he has a way of contacting Vorgoth.
He nods.
Tell him where we're heading.
Brother, get out here! Vorgoth stumble out all bandaged up from his encounter with Kara.
Is it just me, or am I the only one that would be disappointed if that wasn't the way to summon Vorgoth?
You see that Vorgoth is relatively healed. He still has some bandages and bruises and whatnot, but yay for magic.
So, the 2 brothers, Zivit, anyone else we want to bring?
Pretty well stocked.
I think that's pretty good. I don't want to take too much from this village at the moment.
Yep. So what would be the fastest way there? I know there's a waystone near us, isn't there?
Red dots are waystones, so
3, 2 hexes away is your closest one at Q11.
But you forget, Charlie, you have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say.
Yeah, but I haven't been to the Lizardman village. But yeah, at
you've
least
seen them. But you see them through the scry, remember?
last time when I asked Zadok about that didn't count.
Oh, I didn't know that. She could bring you then to that teleportation or that waystone, and then you could go to I-15 waystone,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd be 2 squares away.
Okay.
Really? That scrying didn't count? I mean, she was the one scrying. Wouldn't that count for her?
That would count for her.
So then she could bring us there.
She could take you to the room your dead sibling and friend were in.
Okay, then at that point, let's
Loophole.
let's make a knock announcement and ask Nair to open a portal when we're all ready.
Okay. Portal opens. And you step through.
So, did you want to handle mine real quick, Derek, just in case?
Ooh, I'm just setting the scene because I don't know if we're going to do this fight tonight because we only got an hour and that fight might take a lot longer.
Fair.
I leave it up to you all as I describe the scene when there. But after I describe that scene, I'll get to you. So, as you teleport into the hut, you are but 5 feet from the remains of your brother who had a sword stabbed through his chest, a thick sword, 2-handed, and twisted. There, a massive, gaping hole filled with flies and other insects. And the pristine body of Eve laying next to him, untouched. Other than the sounds of buzzards and insects, it is quiet. Both Vorgoth and Siler are poised in defense. What do you do, Chucky? Seeing the remains of your beloved ones. There we go.
Take I know I have some regular like sacks in my bag. They're like cloths basically. I just take and cover them up so they're not exposed.
So, you are the ones that have come to put little me down. You hear coming from outside.
Remember, you can beg of holding corpses.
I was erring on the side of caution a little bit there, but
You brought the big guns.
Oh,
The famed tyrant Vorgoth of this island. And his brother, the whipping boy since they were children.
because Zayda, because I know she can only do this a number of times a day, I look at Chucky and I say, I'm sorry. I tell her to open a portal back to the temple. I grab a hold of Eve. I grab a hold of Chucky's brother, and I throw him through.
Do you do anything to stop this?
Mm,
You know they're going to the most holiest place on this island.
In the top 3 safest places on the island, I believe it's number 2.
I don't have any qualms necessarily about this, but I'm just worried that there's something done to him that might hurt. But yeah, wouldn't stop it.
What if instead of throwing my shuffleboard him across the floor into the portal?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that would have been done to him that might,
Pestilence would be
Yeah.
repressed in the temple. Famine doesn't work because they're dead and they have no desires to work off of. War doesn't work because they weren't undead, at least as far as you're considered. As far as numerous people in your group who have death sight is concerned, they'd be able to see that they were undead at the moment they walked into the area. So the only one left is pestilence that could possibly be affecting them, and you're essentially going into Pestilence's nemesis being the height of holy power, and Pestilence being at his weakest point ever, because numerous strong points of his have been destroyed on this island.
We just keep running into him and be like, fuck that. Fuck that in particular.
Every time he starts to try to stand up, we kick him in the nuts.
Here, Vorgoth.
I don't stop it.
Battle, brother. As he puts his meaty work hand on Silo's shoulder. And you can see he's looking out at the window. And there is a look of excitement on his face. But not like an excitement where, like, this is a one-sided pounding, I'm ready just to get it out of some aggression. This is a true warrior's excitement that this could be his honorable death.
After doing that and the portal closing, I look at Araxis and I say, we follow your lead from right here because this is us dealing with your brother. Whatever talking you want to do to him before anything happens, do so now.
All I have to say is that he needs to be put down.
That's good enough for me. Take out my scythe and walk out.
As you open up the door, you see squads of undead lizardmen. You see in the air about 75 feet Victor riding on his massive darkened silver dragon. You see to his left, up about maybe 30, 40 feet, a serpentine-like dragon looking down. And you remember tales of Xandric and whatnot at their time in the Oriental nation. I still haven't come up with the name for Zenthei. and they resemble, or it resembles that. This emerald green has massive horns on its head, but more stylized to his right shoulder up in the air. You see this also serpentine-like dragon, but it's black, and it has purplish, hellish flames billowing from it.
Yeah.
You see,
Before any of us leave the tent or whatever, I would cast Earth Protection.
as you step out, the water erupts as you see a gargantuan blue dragon. You see your brother look down at you. Are you ready, my dear sister, to meet your whore of a mother? Solon, where did you go?
So, I am on U16.
Okay.
I touch the bottom of the chain. And I say, Grandfather, there's someone on this island that needs to be crushed. I'm getting sick and tired of people threatening.
Okay, hold on. Before you do, there is something that happens because I didn't realize you were going there. My bad to interrupt your dialogue. As you enter where the monolith floats above, because it's not on the ground, you'd have to fly up, which is no problem. But as you enter the hex, and it is on this mountaintop, it is lush. There are giant boulders, whatnot, but there is life. There's trees. It is just absolutely beautiful, and you see the ground rise up to give form to a dragon, the Zomak.
Oh.
Smells the air. I have guarded this monolith since its inception. And looks up at you. And you can tell this is a very dangerous creature. It is a dragon. A nature dragon. I have waited so long for you to come to make your choice. And you get this sense, any who have, and as you look, you can see the remains of others that have come here, where their bones have actually, fertilized the ground and given lush life here.
I look at it and I say, truthfully, I didn't know what I was going to do. Until something even more tainted and horrible was unleashed upon this island and threatens my newly acquired proudest moments. It's amazing what you'll do to protect your kids. And how much kids make certain decisions so much easier.
Your father has echoed those words many times. For I am guardian of your kin. I have watched you grow. From the moment of your inception. From the moment of your fathers. From the moment of your children.
I respectfully nod towards him and I say, "Thank you for watching over us."
It looks up, and it fully emerges from the ground and walks to you. And lowers down for you to climb upon its back.
I do so.
It flies to the top of the monolith. There, a massive platform. You see a large orb. The chain is in the center of the monolith, so you're above the chain right now. Lands. Motions with its head towards the orb.
Approach the orb.
The choice has forever been yours. And you hear a roar you haven't heard in a long time, miles upon miles away. But you recall it from your first encounter with it, the god beast of the sea.
I place my hand on the orb.
You can feel the power that courses through this monolith. It is every tradition of magic. It is magic itself. It has the blessing of every god that has been to hold your father or your grandfather here imprisoned. As your hand touches the orb, you can truly feel the essence of your grandfather. And you can connect with him on a way not even your father Drake has.
I say, or think, the Scarlet Emperor not only threatens your son and grandson, but your newly born great-grandchildren. I need your help. And to do that, and to secure your help, I release part of your power. And I choose to unlock.
You feel a slight rumbling. And then the sounds of chains snapping. You look over the edge and you can see this massive chains, literally, 200 people could walk along the link. Just fall into the ocean. Massive waves cascade outwards. And the monolith begins to break apart.
I hope this gives my... I look to the nature dragon. I hope this gives my grandfather enough wiggle room to crush that. And I just collect myself.
This is the monolith of war. Or not monolith of war, sorry. This is the monolith of Earth. As, it's crumbling and you talk to nature dragon. A presence is felt behind you. And as you turn around, you see this massive entity in plate armor or the pauldrons are that of metal skulls, but it's kind of a tannish gray. Has a chest piece, and then it goes into black robes underneath. It wields a massive great sword. And even without words, you know this to be kin.
Simply turn to face them.
The first chain has been broken, and I am free. And you can feel one of the locks that have been tattooed upon your family bloodline open. This is the chaotic evil twin, or uncle, if you will. Sword of Oblivion he wields. He looks to the sky. Nods to you. And is gone. That changes things drastically.
It cost everything.
But the dragon lowers down once more for you to climb upon its back so it can take you safely from the crumbling monolith.
I thank him and I mount.
Alright. He takes you down the mountain with great haste to F15. You see the monolith crumble, and as the last bit of it falls from the sky to where this earth dragon, or nature dragon, dwelled, you can see the storm lessen. Still severe, but has lessened. The eye of the storm has expanded almost instantly.
Do you know what my uncle goes to do now?
That I do not know. Whatever you conveyed to your kin, I'm sure will be answered. For why all the world sees what's on the surface, I have felt what is and will be.
I said you have my sympathies. That can't be easy.
And for a brief moment, as you're descending, you see a massive serpentine-like creature off in the distance. And for a moment, you two lock eyes, and you know it to be the god beast of the sea. And it is angry.
It just got significantly weaker.
You land. All right. Wow. So, yeah. Huh. All right. That's
Realistically speaking, by character, Solon knows about what the Flame Emperor was able to do.
Yep.
The Flame Emperor is now back. He is far more powerful than he was before, thanks to Mortoy. He has almost an unbelievable amount of mischief and power-ups that he could claim while on the island if not taken care of quickly. He's allied with the Dark Messiah. It's potentially he could ally with any of the horsemen and re-empower them. Even the ones that we weakened before, if he allied with them, he could bring them back to full strength, given what the nature of his power is now, just like he was doing for the Dark Messiah. Archaon's not strong enough to take him anymore. Drake's not strong enough to take him anymore. And even working with Gideon, all three of them together, I'd give it 50-50 odds at best in terms of their ability to take him. And that's if Drake had full access to all of his abilities, which he has some severe limitations right at this particular juncture.
All right, so I'm looking at my notes on a couple things and trying to make, because I wasn't expecting that right there. I love when you all throw me a couple curveballs that I was not expecting. All right.
I want the Flame Emperor dead.
So
We'll
As-
just give
all
Sol
of
a
you.
point for that.
Fair. Yeah. You know what? I'm even going to let you hold on to that point next session because usually they reset. If you don't spend it this session, you have a next point or next session. Because, yeah. Okay. As you all march out to meet your brother and you see the odds stacked against you in so many different ways, the ground shakes violently. Magic is disrupted and you see the undead just fall to the ground. For every few seconds, the magic in your items deactivate. Even Victor is taken off guard, and all of you notice in the sky is a torrent of energies unlike anything you've ever seen before. You see the familiar eldritch purple and red and green from when the Scarlet Emperor released devastation upon you through very powerful characters keeping you all alive. The island shakes violently. Earthquakes, avalanches, rock falls. Much is transpiring. For brief moments, you see two figures in the sky off in the distance, battling unlike anything you've ever seen before. Each strike sending shock waves that level portions of the forest. You're watching godlike entities battle. You are forced to take cover from the chaos that ensues. The dragons that were with Victor fly off. Victor flies off. I need everybody to give me a handful of rolls for the chaos that's about to ensue. So, everybody, give me a Constitution saving throw. Actually, we're going to do this one person at a time, so it doesn't get crazy and I can keep track of. Dan, we're going to start with you. I need 5 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. You mean fortitude saving throws?
Yeah, fortitude. Sorry, thinking D&D 5th edition there for a moment.
Oh. That would go. Gonna go ahead and token that one.
Okay. All right. How many of did you fail that didn't get below 20 or better?
3.
All right, Dan. For the first failure, you take 30 points of damage.
Tortoise shield.
Okay.
25 of it gone. And then I have
You can do that each time because this is in succession over the course of an hour.
okay.
Second one, you take 44 damage.
Take a total of 8 damage because universal 10 resistance and then tortoise.
Okay. And then the third one, you take 46.
Tortoise and DR again.
All right.
And it's bludgeoning or is this necrotic?
This is just all types damage. This is chaos unleashed. I'm not keeping track of. This is untyped damage.
Okay, but
You
so
brought
universal does apply.
Universal does apply, yeah.
Okay.
I need 5 will saves from you.
Wait 1 second, I need to figure out if... Oh no, I did add it. My first hero point is going to be on that 17.
Okay.
So I have one that's below 20.
Okay. Take 49 damage.
Okay.
Need 5 reflex saves.
Um,
For one thing, how are you on health, Dan? And two, is
well, each of these are
Sullen
over a
close to
course of
us?
an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and proc some heals. I'm assuming I can do that.
Yeah.
Right, Derek?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay. So, heal spell. 68 plus So I'm back at full health, and then I'm just going to keep the first reflex save. How much damage do I take at 15? I got a total of 3 that I got below a 20 on.
Is any of those below 10?
Yes, 2 of them are.
So those are 2 critical failures. So 56 for the first one. 64 for the or 68 for the critical failure. And
Okay, I'm going to end up healing myself in between each hit here. Because
track of what spells you have left, because this is important.
then what's my final?
Your final one was only 40 damage on the crit. I rolled pretty much nothing but ones.
I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to heal myself on that last one. That one I can take 5 damage from my max and still be okay. Theoretically, hopefully, maybe.
Those are all the saves you need to make. I need the same from Chucky now.
Yeah. Zedek, I have a couple questions real quick.
I have a couple answers for you.
I'm gonna roll this, so I don't want to take too much time on that. When the undead fell, would I be able to do that reaction?
Yeah.
About how much temporary hit points would I get?
The highest level undead there was 11, so 22. Temporary hit points don't stack.
Yeah.
All right. So how many did you fail that were under 20? 3?
Yep, 3.
First one you take is 43, 66, and then 55. You can use Tortoise Shield and your universal damage reduction.
The first damage was what?
43.
So then I would take only like 7.
Second one was 66.
So then, yeah, I'm just gonna get a calculator up just for giggles.
And just let me know when you get low, because I can help you. I can help everyone out on these. So whenever you're low, just let me know.
It was 67 for the next one, so minus 35, that'd be 32. So.
Would my roof protection have any sway in this? Because it's a minus 10 for physical damage.
I'm going to say no on this one because it's more universal, just untyped damage. The universal untyped damage reduction you all have does work on it.
And we all have the turtle protection, don't we?
Yes.
What was the last attack then?
55. It was 43, 66, and 55. Then I need 5 reflex saves from you.
Surprisingly not bad for how low my reflex is.
62 and 54.
So, let's see. What was the last one?
54.
Still at 110.
Nice. Will saves. 5 of them.
I'm going to token reroll that 14 for giggles.
Okay. Do it.
That token never helps.
Not you.
It always does that.
51 for the first one and 39 for the second one.
So 51 is. Then it was 30.
9.
I take 4. I'm at 90.
Nice. Go ahead, Charlie. Let's do fortitude first.
Okay, you said 5 of them.
Yep.
I'm going to do lay on hands for myself real quick. So I'm not.
So one of those 15s I'll go ahead and token.
Okay. See, that's how a token works.
It in. Rub it in.
49 damage.
Okay, give me a second. It's 10. So. Alrighty.
Okay, give me reflex saves.
This is gonna be the shitty one.
Not that bad.
Not that bad. I'll re-roll. Oh wait. The token's once a day, right?
Yeah.
Once a day, yeah. Never mind.
So 48 and 49.
Okay, give me a second.
How often do we get to use the turtle shell boon?
Each time.
Each turn.
It's over the span of an hour, and it's a reaction. All right, give me your will saves.
Give me just a second. 82. What was the second damage? It's like
49.
48, 49. Okay. I did a 49. Okay, 168. All right, now 5 will saves.
Yep. Duh. You're good.
I am Will.
Hi, Will. All right, Sam. 5 fortitude saves. Ouch. So your first one is 50 damage. Minus 25 and 10. So for 15 points of damage in the first one.
And I only have 1 token to use among all of these, 15 rolls?
You don't have a token.
Oh, I have hero points, don't I?
Yep.
Don't use the hero points. Just let me know when you get low. Like, if you get to about half health, just let me know.
Okay, so
You
I took 15 points of damage for the 19 I rolled, and then for the 17...
You took 61 minus 35. Somebody math.
26, right?
You said
26 points of
61
damage.
minus 35.
Yeah. 26
That's-
points of damage.
Did that blanketed +3 status bonus apply? Because I didn't have that added to my wheel. It doesn't really matter. It'd only be like 19 health.
Yes, that does apply. If it's blanketed, it does.
It's just, yeah.
All right. Go ahead and give me reflex saving throws when you're ready. Ouch!
Again,
Yeah.
once you hit about half health or below, just let me know.
All right. So, your first one, you take 49 damage minus 35. Is
I still have a hero point. If she wants to use it, she can use it.
Save them for now.
So that
what was that?
you said it was
49 minus 35.
49. I thought you said 41.
49.
So it's 14.
All right. Second one is 58 minus 35.
58 minus 35. 23. Is that taking into account the turtle shell?
Yes.
Okay, so 23. Okay.
Next one, you take 15 points of damage. That was easy math to figure out. This one you critically failed on. You take 104 damage minus 35.
Okay.
What are you at right now? Then?
1 second. Okay, yeah, I'm at 50 health.
Said after that one.
Yeah, with everything tallied up, I'm at 50 health.
Okay.
Which is way under half. I also have healing abilities. How did I use assurance with my medicine?
You just say you're going to use assurance.
And then I roll a medicine check and...
No, you're treated as
whatever.
if you rolled a 10 if you use assurance.
So I would only get 10 health back for that.
No, you'd have to post it. I don't remember. Assurance only guarantees you rolled a 10 plus whatever your modifier is. I believe you're guaranteed an expert level heal.
And my modifier is 11, so that would be 21.
No, you have to post it. I don't. It's still a roll. Like, you don't roll to see if you succeed. You say, I'm going to use assurance at an expert level, and then that's how many hit points you get back from your heal. Not whatever your hit or whatever the dice is you rolled. Just click the button to post it so I can better show you.
For assurance, I was trying to find it. I'm not purposely...
Not assurance. I already know what assurance does. Your medicine skill. Let me find your character sheet. It's all right.
I have treat wounds and I have healer's wounds. That's all I have.
Treat wounds, yes. Treat wounds. That's what I need. Click that, please. All right, so medicine check restores. Let's see. Instead, attempt a DC 20 check to increase the hit points regained by 10. So you rolled a 8, you would gain 18 hit points back. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I couldn't think about what to have you click. All right, you're gonna throw her some healing, Charlie.
So on the last one, just tell me what the damage is. Champion sacrifice. I take it.
You take 64.
And she can mitigate it. So her mitigate works, mine doesn't.
Well, yeah, that she took 64 after her mitigation.
After her mitigation? Okay.
Yeah, she critically failed that one. And then the last damage you take is 72 minus 35.
Because I can actually heal myself pretty well. I'll take that one as well.
All right, so 74 minus 35 is what?
Sorry, give me a second.
39.
So 39 points of damage. All right, I need 5 will saves from you, Sam.
Wait, you said 72 minus 35 is 37.
37. You take 37 damage in.
Okay.
All right, 5 will saves.
Hey, I'm at 69. But I'll be doing some other stuff here in a minute.
I don't
And
know.
during all that,
I don't know what we're fully doing in the hour, but would I have time? Could I refocus or not to gain back lay on hands?
I would allow you 1 refocus during that entire time.
Okay.
Because it is very chaotic right now. Maelstrom of destructive energies of 2 godlike entities fighting.
I'm keeping track of the points I use. I'm lay on handsing myself 2 times.
Okay.
So I'm keeping track of my focus points. What I got.
What are the next rolls that you needed?
Will.
I also want to use my healer's gloves before I start doing that.
Okay. Heal for 13. I forgot to put this on the map.
Boom.
Damn. All right. So I'll explain what I did. I rolled a number of times to see what the origin point on a hex is, and then rolled how big the devastation is. And can't really, there we go. All those new hexes with the color on them, the oranges, beige color. That portion of the island is no longer there. I'll change the color on this one to match what the Scarlet Emperor did. Go with that. No, that's too close to that. We'll go with... Let's go with that, because he's a bitch and he just got wrecked.
Hey, guess what, guys? We have less squares to search.
Fuck! Undo. There we go. Haha. So ever since Dan reminded me there's an undo button, that's less annoying. So.
Okay, I have some serious questions about some of these areas.
Yes.
The giant one up north.
Yes.
There's several areas that would have, like, not just super protection, but like super protection.
Yes. The only one that is an island is this.
What I want to know.
And I'll make a border for that. But yes, we will go to you, Solon, first. And I got next session, expect a lot of NPCs to be dead.
Well, as far as the capital is concerned, pretty sure they'd be able to get Drake back to the capital to activate that shield again before that went off.
Drake probably went there as soon as he felt the chain snap, to be honest, because that's where his grandkids are.
Yeah. The Cobalt Village, nowhere near any of the zones of devastation, and is under a mountain. Blizzardman Village is everybody's already dead. Elvish Village has super strong defense, magical defenses.
At its capital, not the rest of its territory.
Yeah, so these two are devastated. I got that. I mean, in general.
No, those. What you need to understand? Those borders right there, that is ocean now, except for Molora's island. It is not land devastated. It is land that's no longer there.
Sarenrae is more powerful than either of these two entities because she's a mid-rank god, so I don't anticipate her temple being too badly hurt.
But again, it's more the people in certain areas are protected, but a lot of because even though these are the areas that were devastated and are gone, much like your companions that were in the Lizardman village, it is the ambient damage from two godly entities fighting.
Fair enough.
A lot
Crimson
of your
Emperor's dead, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm about to get into all that. I already rolled to see who would win because they were close to power.
Sweet.
So, the Zomok dragon is badly injured but still alive, as he has given you a lot of cover. Standing before you in an instant is the demon lord, son of Thrazadun, the chained Oblivion. He has a burnt out husk of a head in his hand and he throws it to you.
I don't come in contact with it because I'm not supremely confident it doesn't have Eldritch Corruption capabilities, but I'll use like a cloak or something.
design of my maker. And that's all he says before he's gone.
Finally, we're a little ahead.
I'm right.
I'm here all night.
I don't feel ahead.
You
No,
look
only
around,
Solon
Solon. Solon, you look around and you can tell the landscape is forever changed. Once where there were trees standing tall, they're, shattered. There's still things you remember, of course. It isn't complete reconstruction of the island, but even from where you sit, there are many hills that are flattened, crevices that were not there, mountain ranges that have crumbled. And from your vantage point, you can see large bodies of water that weren't there before. And from your vantage point, you do see massive tidal waves starting to come crashing in. What do you do?
I still think it was worth it. I see to the wounds of the Earth Dragon.
You are kind.
You've been looking after my family. It always seems right that I return the favor.
He lifts his massive paw and touches your forehead with the claw. And just knowledge is poured into your mind about the island. And before next session, you'll have a list of all the secrets on this island.
Yes! The ultimate cheat sheet! Bunch of them are gone now, but the ultimate cheat sheet!
All your exploration are belong to me. At least for the first island.
He gains a total of 144 damage back, Derek. Or health back.
In my last act, before all of this is no more, and you can see it looking around, and you can see it looking in the direction of the islands too, the other islands. I would ask to have one more charge, and to protect your little ones. You get the sensation when this all comes down, he will finally rest.
I simply nod. I say, sure they'll welcome I'm sure both me and their mother will welcome the added protection. Thank you.
He uses the tip of his tail to touch a tree, and it opens up to a portal. Your friends wait for you. It takes into the air.
I step
And
through
heads to probably one of the safest places on the island now.
I'm just so happy the fucker is dead.
He is dead.
Before he had a chance to do anything.
He is dead. You've also released one of the children of the chained Oblivion, but hey!
To be honest, I feel safer with that than I do with him on the loose. At least this uncle of mine is incredibly straightforward. He is, I'm going to charge up to you and kill you. Not because I have anything against you, but at least I'm going to do it face to face. He's not cunning. Fucking the Crimson Emperor, not only is he cunning, he's corrupting because he uses Eldritch energy, because he is an aberration. And he has an axe to grind against all of our families except for Chucky.
Yup. He is
It's
dead.
been good
Dead.
to not play fucking Dracodian.
He is dead, gone for good, and that does change a few things in the narrative that was coming up. Basically, you also just saved Corrin as well because the Scarlet Emperor was going to go after him.
Well, you can't get a positive every time.
Not only was he Mortoy's bitch for a while, he was also his bitch for a while. He had a lot of things. There was a lot of shit that was going to transpire. A whole lot that was going to transpire. But you did something I did not expect. You accelerated some things and just cut some things off completely. I didn't know how to handle this, so like what I did, like I said, is I rolled randomly to designate a square of destruction and then rolled dice to see how many hexes it affected and just went outwards from there. Which I found befitting for two godly entities fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So for the rest of you, you all are at G or C15 or G15. Sorry. You've managed to barricade yourselves in fortifications when they were available. Fled to when those structures were absolutely destroyed. You find yourselves panting, busted to all hell. What do y'all do before Solon arrives?
We sure showed him.
We showed him what? So he can run? That's what he needed to do, but
No, he
What
ran.
was that?
We stayed here.
What did you say, Josh?
I asked what that was. Or Chucky did, anyways.
I'm not gonna say what everyone's thinking, but one of us ain't here.
Oh, we're all thinking something here. But
Maybe he didn't do it. Or maybe he didn't do the thing that caused the thing to happen. Did we actually see the two entities fighting? Or just feel the force from their blows? Zeta.
Sorry, I had a phone call. I didn't hear what you said. All I heard last was I'm not going to say what everybody's thinking.
Did we actually see the entities fighting, or did we just feel the force from their blows?
You saw them a few times. And then feeling the force of their blows and the surrounding areas being altered by said confrontation.
so it was an anime fight where we randomly see them blink in and then blink out and blink in, blink out.
Yes. Very much.
Could clearly see that one of them was the Scarlet Emperor.
Yes. And one was an unknown figure you've never seen before.
All right. Look, I'm sure he had this planned out.
Which one? Are we sure it's Solon and not his father that did this?
No.
My dad's kind of proud right about now.
Araxis, do you say anything or do anything?
Which square was it that we originally stepped out of the tent?
This one?
I'm not seeing what you're doing.
Right here. G15.
Okay. So we're there. Which direction did I see my brother fly off in?
Southeast.
Okay. For as far as my vision can see, which is the last square that I would have seen him in? We're flying over.
About right there.
Okay, and was it that he continued off into the sky, or did I see him kind of go in and landing?
You can give me an intelligence check. Trying to remember
I
for...
know.
Yep, just roll intelligence.
Mhm.
It looked like he was landing.
Okay, what hex was it again? Okay.
So do you say anything to him? You're busted as all fuck right now.
Oh yeah, no, I've got like 81 health out of 197 or something like that. But I don't say anything. But if anybody looks at me, I am like barely containing my anger and I am seething and probably like a frosty glow coming off of me because I'm trying to contain my powers.
Okay. At this point, Solon, you step through a tree. Araxis looks as fucked up as you do, or did at one point.
Everyone might have a questioning look towards you, as in, what did you do?
If you're talking, Dan, we can't hear you. Did Dan go AFK?
Sorry, I had to grab clothes in the laundry room.
Gotcha.
Am I here all of a sudden?
Yes, and everybody has a questioning look at you.
Well, it worked.
Should have taken the bet. Should have just bet on it.
I tossed them a sack.
As part of it,
impromptu one.
As part of it flips open, you can see the burnt husk of the Scarlet Emperor's face, head.
I'm not saying I don't agree with the outcome, but what cost? What did you do?
Y'all do notice the storm or the hurricane has grown weaker.
Look over and an odd direction. One where there was a giant floating chain before and there's not one there anymore. I don't know. Nothing.
He just pulled a Drake, killed an untold number of people to save the few that matter.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna begin to give you the ethics counseling that you so desperately need. But thank you.
Positive reinforcement. That's what I needed. I'll make sure to keep this up in mind next time we need a no shit button pressed. Don't worry. I have 3 more oh shit buttons to go.
So someone does press the red button.
No, this is a green button. This is go. Destroy everything.
No, this
Oh,
this very much seems like an emergency stop button.
Huh.
All kind of your perspective.
That kind of changes a lot, considering the bulk of the beastmen are gone.
I forgot about that.
I'm just sad that
Like,
none of the
the
frozen
horde
north got taken
is-
away.
Huh?
I'm just sad none of the frozen north got taken away.
It got close.
Yeah, close.
For a second there, I misread the die, and I thought it landed on BB-23, and I was like, oh, Dan's going to hate me.
Oh, I would have been pissed. Been looking forward to that treasure since I found out about it last campaign. I would have been pissed.
That's interesting. It missed both treasures we know about.
Also,
There's
check out
one
the
smaller
hiding
one at
layer.
K19 too.
Oh, did this destruction destroy any of the animal guardians' bodies?
Nope.
No?
I missed all 3 because the one in Melora's temple is safe. The one in the north didn't get close to any of the destruction zones. And the only other one is N11, which is right next to the Fire Emperor, or the Flame Emperor's destruction zone, but not in it. So it's safe.
Thank
So that side quest
God.
is still good.
And the necrotic temple almost got hit, but it's safe. Fire giants would have been so pissed.
We just got done.
Y'all did lose a bunch of waystones. But that doesn't really matter, considering those portions of the island no longer exist. Oh, yeah, no, there's some mad flooding going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Z14, that's the evocation temple, correct?
Which one?
Z14?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really lose anything that important. At least yet, until I see the list of everything that we destroyed. I might get a little depressed then, but long story short, I say to the group, one of the chains that binds my grandfather was destroyed. In exchange, he took care of a problem of ours.
Just to prepare y'all, because yes, you got 2 nations that are going to seek help immediately. The Kingdom of Ghouls and the Queen of the Forest. Because even though like the capital wasn't destroyed, a lot of that's going to get flooded. The Kingdom of the Ghouls is going to get flooded hard. And I mean, that will recede in time, but there is still, like, I got to figure this out. There is devastation on a high level. Even parts of Sarenrae Temple are going to be flooded and whatnot because, you know, they didn't, no destruction came to it. It's just a byproduct of all the natural disasters that were ripped up from this. Anything along the coast, you know, waterways are going to be pretty fucking flooded.
I asked for the Naiad Queen's help.
She will be happy to help. We will get to that once we figure out exactly what you all are doing. Because, yeah, right now, this is a major turning point in the campaign. You just struck a massive blow unintentionally to fucking famine.
Again.
Unintentionally, just... Wow.
So, I think I did good here. I feel like this went about as good as possibly could be expected.
Agreed. Is the other entity going to be a problem later?
You can already feel his presence is no longer on the island.
Define problem.
He isn't bound to this island. He is too strong to be held here.
Let me be more specific. Are we going to have to fight that entity sooner or later?
Us, probably not. Other people, most definitely. I have 4 uncles by way of my grandfather. Each one is reflective of a different type of chaos. Now, to be fair, I did not know which one was going to be freed with which chain. That was completely random. I had no control. The one that was freed is the most brute force in your face. I might be evil, but I'm going to hit you up front. But he represents chaotic evil.
Okay.
So, the way I look at it, in terms of the trade-off, is we traded off a manipulative, sneaky bastard that has already at one point corrupted gods and is more powerful now than when he did that, for a bruiser. Both are bad. Both are chaotic evil. But I'm less scared of one than I am the other.
Yeah, one is chaotic evil by machination, and one is pure chaotic evil, which was the winner.
Will we have to fight him eventually? I don't know what my grandfather's grand plan is, but I do know my grandfather is an enemy of Abaddon, and having him spend his children's energy fighting one another, while it does sound like him, he also isn't stupid. Never think chaos is stupid.
Yeah.
Trust me. It will not end well for you.
A presence is felt, one you've all met before, and you see your chaotic neutral uncle appear. You have made a choice, young Oathbinder. A choice you will forever live with. He motions with his hand to the destroyed monolith. Where do you go now?
Out of game, Derek, just if you could send me the list over the course of this next week so I can look at it, so I can
Yeah,
bring
you'll
up
have
anything that I feel like, hey, we should take care of this before we dive into the final battle of this particular island. A
Yeah.
final main campaign battle of this particular island being the assault on Melora's Grove.
Yeah, I will. All those Trents that were coming to life. Gone.
Still feel like it was a worthwhile trade-off. All those beastmen that are dead.
Oh, yeah. And y'all eradicated the Beastmen tribe down here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Well, yes, he says, where do you go now?
Oh, the bodies were here. They're now at the ceremony temple.
Oh, that's good.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as where we go next, Derek, I just don't know if we're going to continue session or not.
Oh, he's just asking in general, like talking to you as individuals that just went through a harrowing experience. He's judging your new worth.
I gave my word on helping Chucky, so we need to finish that
Oh
before
yeah,
we do anything else.
right now, um, Gavin, you see countless Reapers. They are collecting souls.
Are they collecting souls at a reasonable pace, or do I see that it's in my duty and I need to go help?
No, they're collecting in reasonable pace.
Okay.
I say to my uncle, there are things that were once lost that we intend to restore next. The great beasts shall thrive once again. 3 exist on this island. We intend to bring all 3 back.
You see the scales shift. That's on his staff to that of balance. You choose wise. You see him extend his hand outward with his palms up. As he closes his hands, you see the bodies of the slain animal lords apparate in front of you.
Oh, this saves so much time.
And he opens up his hand once more. They disappear, and then you see a gem in his palm for each animal lord, and hands them to you.
I take them.
And they will serve as means to revive them. But easier to transport this way, I do figure.
Watch. Thank you very much. You know what our estranged family member, your brother, my uncle, is off to do now?
To destroy the moon that stands still.
Yeah, figures. Another one of his plans is about to be destroyed. Because if the moon gets destroyed, then magic gets freed again. I just fucked.
It also releases the actual body of Thrasidun as well.
I understand, but I'm saying we actually have magic going forward again.
Yep.
The number of plans that we just got screwed up is epicness incarnate. Not all good things, but damn.
He looks at you, Araxes. Your brother hides away with his puppet master, waiting for strength to return. Your father and his father will not be able to find him. But the shifting sands keep them hidden. You see him
Can you read that
twist
for me
his...
again?
Huh?
Could you repeat that for me, please?
He says, your brother is hiding with his puppet master. And he looks to Gavin and says, your father and his father will not be able to find him because of the shifting sands keep them hidden. You see him twist his hand upright, and he holds his thumb, index, and middle finger together in a triangle. And with his left hand, he forces your hand up, palm side facing up and opened, and places a single grain of sand in the middle of your palm.
Keep giving me the sand?
Yep.
Okay.
One who is so lost, but fights on. Do not feel as if your actions are in vain. He makes a triangle with both his hands, doing a pyramid. And as he separates his hand, there you see the bodies of your brother and Eve. He takes in a breath, or you think it's a breath, you're not sure. And he closes both hands. The moment passes and they both take a deep breath. You have a purpose, Corel. Own your destiny. Own your name.
When I figure that what my destiny truly is, then maybe I can.
And he turns to you, Gavin. And he's looking at you, but not looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
I watch you, ferryman. And then he's gone.
At least we got these. It makes our job easier. Hold up the crystals.
Quite true.
It's like, is anyone else's head hurt? My head hurts.
Yeah, I'm same.
That's because you're an idiot, as your brother weakly throws a rock at your head.
I don't know if he's weakly throwing it. I want to roll on that. No.
I'm really tired of dying. Can we make that stop?
Can you stop getting close to explosions?
I can't make that promise.
One more guy. I promise it will be permanent this time.
Well,
Eve sits up and she looks at all of you and she's just crying. And she she scoots back up against the what remains of a tree and is so ashamed to look at any of you.
I look at Chucky's brother and I just shake my head as I go, no. I think I see another explosion in your future.
Okay, I kick Zivit's butt towards the direction of Eve because he's going to be the one that's best able to comfort her.
Okay.
I nod at Chucky to do the same. Like angrily move the head towards Eve. Gesturing, take care of it.
trying to think of what Zivit would do. I know what Chucky would do. He'd just go up there and just give her a hug. Whether she accepted, I don't know.
At first, she would fight and then give in, and she would just say repeatedly over, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." Because she has been a puppet for a very long time. After 10, 15 minutes of this,
I look around and I say, don't worry. Your death toll's still rookie numbers. You'll get there eventually.
I know what they're planning.
Most likely what they planned.
But I also know things that they don't want you to know. Such as hidden passages that will take you from this island to theirs. It's how they travel so quick between the islands.
I'm really going to have to call it here, Derek. I'm barely keeping my eyes open.
Well, that is a good stopping point right there.
Okay.
So she has pathways that I will mark on the map for y'all. And I will get the other maps out for the other islands.
Sweet. And since I have a list of everything else on the island, we don't have to search everything.
We just
And
get to pick up the important things.
And a good portion of the Fire Island is being explored as well from the forces you sent over there.
Oh. No, it wasn't the Fire Island they went to. It was the Air Island.
Yes.
Because they're searching for surviving members of my bodyguard.
Yes.
So I thought Civet had a spell that was like calm emotions, but apparently it doesn't.
Oh, I have that one. Calm emotions.
Instead, he would just play a soft song to help calm her down. I'll just
Fair.
roll in performance. That is actually really good. Actually, a 30. I think.
So,
Yep, 30.
good session. Action is going to pick up as combat, and everything is on a rise because of everything that just transpired. You weakened one of the major faction forces. Yeah, things. Yeah, that changed a lot. Wow. And
We
there
actually
was.
weakened 2 of the 3 because we destroyed War's army because War invested in famine.
That was. Don't get me wrong. They still have a considerable force, but it's over on the Fire Island. The force that they had here, with being supplemented with their naval force, yeah, their footing on this island is pretty fucked. Your biggest threat right now is the Dark Messiah, Victor, and the Northmen.
And with you can tell how tired I am. With the Flame Emperor dead, the hunt for the Dark Messiah is a lot safer than it once was.
Oh yeah, because this is what was going to happen. Within days' time, the Necromantic Temple was going to be utterly destroyed. Then on to the Temple of Sanray, and then on to the Grove of Melora.
Are making me more and more reassured in what decision I made.
Oh yeah, because that is an entity that could destroy all 3 of those places. So you saved some.
Hence why I don't change my answer of thank you.
Your biggest loss would probably be the Temple of Sanray.
How much time we used them to res people? Yes.
Safe haven to block off fucking curses and shits and all kinds of manner.
Yep.
But I bid you all good night. I had fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Good night, guys.
That was Solon's real big fucking trump card he played. Like his truly epic trump card.
The last 2 sessions of mine have been, let's play all of Solon's trump cards. Let's drain them from him so he no longer has them. In this particular instance, Solon just got lucky and decided to play a trump card, and instead of it being a double, it turned out to be a home run.
Right. All right. Well, you have a good night, guys.
I don't know if that was a home run or a grand slam home
That
run.
was a grand fucking slam.
Base loaded.
Yeah, that was a grand slam.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, you all have a good night. Sam, I'll call you back in about 5 minutes.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Night,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Later.
All right, guys. Go ahead and chill out here. And I will probably catch you guys all tomorrow. Just have a wonderful night. Thanks for everyone who stopped by. Be sure to check out both Twitter for all of my announcements when I go live, and on YouTube I have all of my stream VODs. Go on there. They're all episodic, especially for the tabletop RPG stuff. They're all episodic labeled. Be sure to watch anytime you guys want. Talk to you guys later.